Today we're going to demonstrate the basic principles of riding a horse. So this is Marie. She's going to demonstrate it for us on Maverick. This is Maverick. He's our 14-year-old quarter horse. So anyway, go ahead and she's going to demonstrate first how to mount up on the horse. You don't want, whenever you get on a horse, you want to put your foot here, and you want to like put yourself over the horse. You don't want to put all your weight, completely on the horse on this side, because it'll bring the horse's the saddle right down. So, and she's going to demonstrate how to sit on the horse. So go ahead, properly sit on the horse. Go ahead, scoot up. So you always want to scoot up because you're going to want your seat bones right on that seat. So you're going to want your seat bones right on the seat, and then your balls of your foot on the stirrup, and your heels down. Put your hands in position. Your hands in position, which is right in front of the saddle here, the pommel, and this is the horn. And Maverick's decided he's going to go poop. So anyway, that's how the standing position is. And we'll go around the horse here and check everything here. That's the basic body position right here. With her she's up, scooted up a little bit on the horse, and she's got her eyes forward. And now, in order to get the horse to go, she's going to have to give the horse a little squeeze. Go ahead, give the horse a little squeeze. And she keeps her hands in position. Go ahead and turn him this way. And whenever she's going to turn him, she has to bump him. So she bumps him with her right hand. She's bumping him. And then she's also giving him a little bump with the opposite leg. And go ahead and show that. Go ahead and bump him. And so while she's bumping him, she's turning him to the left. She's bumping him with the left hand. And she's over here bumping him with the right leg. So when you're turning left, you're going to bump him with your right leg, and when you're going to turn to when you're turning to the left, you're going to bump it with the right leg. When you go ahead and turn to the right, now she's bumping him with the right arm, and now she's bumping him with her left foot. And sometimes horses can be a little bit stubborn. Go ahead and bring him over here. Okay, so one of the problems with kids, with students now, to get the horse to start trotting or even walking, go ahead and get him to go that way. Yeah. So she's going to go ahead and get him to trot. So she's going to be using, there's 5 aids to get the horse to go. You have to use your legs. You have to use your legs. You have to use your. Go ahead and bring him back over here, Marie. You have to use your legs, your feet, your hands, your voice, it's your hands, your legs, your seat, your voice, and your mind. Those are the 5 aids. And there's artificial aids that you can use, like crops and whips, and also what are they called? Spurs. But we don't use any of those. So go ahead and bring it forward a little bit. So in order to get this horse to go, she has to communicate with him. So she has to have a good seat. Go ahead and turn him around that way. And when I talk about a seat, so go ahead and trot him again. So what Marie's doing over there right now, she's posting. Go ahead, Marie, bring him back over here. So she's posting is going up and down, up and down. So see how she's go ahead and go around me. Go ahead and go around me like in a circle. No, this way. So she has, and then she's looking where she's going. So you always have to have your your eyes where you're going, up front. At least, just like she go over to number 9, she'll go ahead and go around. So you always have to let the horse know where you're going. So she's going to be, go ahead bumping. And Maverick is being a little stubborn. Go ahead, buck him again. Bump, bump, bump. And when the horse is a little bit stubborn, you're going to have to use be a little more aggressive, a little bit more assertive. Let's say assertive, not aggressive. So go ahead and take him all the way around. See if you can get him to go in a canter. So she's going to go ahead and try to get him in a canter. And so she's using her voice. She's giving him some kisses, and see how her seat, she keep, in order to have that deep seat, you have to keep your rear right in that seat at all times. Most of the common problems with students nowadays is that why they can't get the horse to go, or because their feet get out of position, they lose their seat, their hands are all over the place. You have to keep the reins right in front of the saddle. You always have to keep nice, go ahead and bring them over here. I can show them. Just I run into my camera over here. But anyway, you always have to have nice, short reins, just like that. You always have to keep those reins here, like bring them all the way up. Like how they, like kids, like that. Oh. Like this. There are a lot of people are always trying to ride the horse like this. Like, you know, they're trying to they're trying to, go ahead, show it again, like that. So, and you can't control the horse like that. You have to have it right here. Go ahead and slide back down in position. So you always have to keep your hands in position. You have to keep that, and you always have to have slight contact with the horse's mouth. And that takes, a lot of people, go ahead and start working with them. A lot of people, a lot of students think that, you know, that they can just come over here and take a couple of lessons, and then they want to be barrel racing. It takes a long time to learn how to control a horse. You know, the control of speed, keeping that body position, because as soon as you can only start going faster on a horse when that body position becomes natural. You know, as soon as you get on that horse, it has to be like breathing, just like you just get into that position. Your toes go up, your heels come down, because you know you have to be able to balance yourself with your heels, not on your toes. Balance with the heels. Because a lot of kids, what they do is they'll bring their feet back like that, and which isn't good, because then you're off balance, and what happens then? You fall off. Okay, bring him back over here for a minute, Marie. So you, and the one thing that I can't teach kids is, or students or anybody, I mean, because I teach adults too, but you have to be able to give this horse life. It's called energy, life, juice, whatever you want to call it. You know, because if you're just going to sit on that horse like a lump on the log, he ain't going to go. You know, Marie, give him a little bit of a nudge with your rear. Just like that. See, she squeezes her legs a little bit, nudges him with her body, so she's giving him some energy from her body. And that's the one thing that I cannot teach anybody to do. That's something that everybody has to, you know, they just have to learn to do that. You know, I'll have students coming over here and they're like, well, I want a different horse because he won't go. Well, he won't go because you've got to learn how to give him that juice, you know, and that's a common problem. So you have to practice. Go ahead, Marie, take him that way again. Go ahead and give him some juice. So Marie's giving him some juice to go, some life. And then he goes. Because Maverick here is one of our less responsive horses. But once you learn to communicate with that horse, you'll be able to get him to go, just like how she's doing. So anyway, this is my video for today. You have to learn to keep, you have to get that body position of the horse, on the horse. You have to keep your toes up, heels down. You got to find your seat. That butt needs to stay on that seat. You got to keep your eyes forward. You got to keep your hands in position. You know, because you have to communicate with the horse. You can't just be all loosey-goosey on him, because then he's going to be all over the place. But anyway, that's my video for the sporty, and I hope you have a great day. Good morning, and Marie, go ahead and say goodbye.
Bye.
And Maverick here will say goodbye too. Bye.